Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and welcome to another episode of my series, The Arsenal for Call of Duty Ghosts. And on this episode, I have got my very special Russian Support Loadout featuring none other than the AK-12. Now, for those of you who know of this weapon in real life, you'll know that it was formerly known as the AK-200, before they changed the name to the AK-12, and it is the most recent variant of the Kalashnikov platform of weapons, which are originally from Russia. And this weapon has been iconic in the firearms industry for a long time, and what basically makes this particular variant of those assault rifles different is the fact that you can actually swap out barrels in real life to actually change the caliber of the weapon. And on top of that, it also has the stock adjusted more in line with the barrel to actually help with recoil management. So in game, this weapon is actually represented quite well because it does have a lot of high damage, and it also has very good accuracy and low recoil. So overall, this is a very great assault rifle. A lot of the pros use it in the pro circuit, and it really works well in pubs as well. Now, moving on to the attachments, we've got the silencer that really works well with the AK-12 because it doesn't really lower the damage at range on this weapon. It's one of the best weapons to use suppressed. Also, for our second attachment, we have got the extended mags that not only give us 50% more ammunition per magazine, but it also gives us more ammo for ammo conservation as well to help us keep this weapon fully tapped out. Now, for our perks, we have got Sleight of Hand, Stalker, Scavenger to keep us fully topped out with ammunition, and then we've got Amplify and Focus rounding out the perks. And then for our strike package, we have got the Support Strike package with the SATCOM for reconnaissance, the Ammo Crate to help us have a good secondary, and the Oracle to help with further reconnaissance in this loadout. And now we're going to go right into the gameplay to see this loadout in action here on a team deathmatch on Chasm. And the thing I really like about Chasm for most loadouts is that it really complements an aggressive playstyle. And this is a very good loadout for that type of playstyle because of the fact that it is a very effective weapon to use. The AK-12, I should say, is a very effective weapon to use in both medium range, long range even, because it has very controllable recoil, and also in close range because of the damage and the decent rate of fire that it has. It's not the fastest rate of fire, but it definitely is very effective. And with Focus, since we have a limited amount of sway when aiming down sights, and it also helps us stay on target when we're getting shot at, it's a very good perk with the AK-12. And you'll see that even though we don't have ready up, if we do get our shots on target first, when aiming down sights, we not only can strafe to avoid some of that enemy fire, but then we can also stay on target with that focus perk. So overall, this loadout is very, very effective with just any type of situation you'll run into. And if you do unfortunately die because you don't get enough shots on target or someone kills you from behind, it doesn't really hurt you as much because we do have that support strike package. And as long as you're getting quite a bit of kills with this loadout, you'll be able to do a lot of work and help your team out a lot. And that's what I really like about the support strike package. It encourages you to not only get a ton of kills, because you have to get those kills in order to unlock those particular score streaks and kill streaks, but it really helps your team, and that's what it's really about. And team deathmatch and game modes like that, you very well could be a slayer, but it also really helps your team out a whole lot. And the Oracle is a really useful support strike package or kill streak, I should say, because it really will help your teammates not die as often because they'll know exactly where the enemy is during those particular sweeps, and you'll be able to do some work. And this gameplay, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but it's one of my highest kill death ratios in team deathmatch to date, and I get a lot of kills too. So you guys will definitely enjoy that quite a bit. But talking a little bit more about the map and the loadout and how it complements this map. Chasm is a type of map that you either love or hate, and I know I mentioned that on every gameplay that I've posted featuring the map Chasm, but Chasm is a very unique map. It really is. It caters to every playstyle imaginable. You can snipe on this map. If you set up on certain areas of the map, you can run a shotgun or submachine gun on this map as well, and most importantly, you can also run an assault rifle, I should say. And assault rifles are effective on just about any map here in Call of Duty Ghosts. It's a weapon class that is just an overall good weapon class to use, and this particular loadout is no exception. I mean, obviously it's an assault rifle, but it just is a very effective assault rifle, and you guys will definitely have fun using this loadout on this map. And now some things to keep in mind is that since we do have Amplify, keep in mind that Amplify helps a whole lot with being able to listen to where your enemies are, but on a map like Chasm, if you use the Amplify perk as it's just a sound horning perk and you don't move and you camp in a corner, it's not going to be as effective as you might think. It will confuse you because there are multi-leveled areas on this map that you'll just get overwhelmed if you're just sitting in a corner sound horning people. So keep in mind that Amplify is here to aid you guys, but not to be a deterrent of you know, your main playstyle of navigating through the map. It's there to help you. It's not there to make it so that you have to camp in order to get kills. So keep that in mind. If you hear a sound, make sure you keep navigating through the map with this loadout and find where that source is coming from, and then engage the source when you are confident that you've seen the enemy and have heard him at the same time. That is very, very important. And right now you can actually see that I actually did pick up an MSBS from the weapon crate. And that's a really good thing about having that ammo crate. Even though we're running scavenger with extended mags, we're not going to run out of ammo for our main weapon, but it gives us the ability to actually have a secondary that we can use just in case if we get caught with our pants down on a reload. So that's what I really like about the ammo crate. A lot of people think it's just for ammo, but it really is effective because you can get a random weapon from that. And the cool thing is that a lot of people were wondering what has happened to the death machine from Black Ops 2 and if it was a kill streak. And indeed, it is still a weapon you can use in-game, but it is actually part of the support streak where you can get it from the actual ammo crate. And a lot of people didn't know that, but it really works well. If you do get that as a secondary, my god, you'll wreak a lot of havoc in close quarters combat, and even at medium to long range if you're accurate with that thing from the hip. So very crazy stuff that you can get from that ammo crate, and that's why it's a very fun support streak to run, and it will give you a good secondary almost every time. So sometimes you'll get some quirky ones like a weird assault rifle combination, like a weird sight or something like that, or sometimes you'll get like a rocket launcher or something like that. So very rarely will you get weapons that are not usable, but you'll get some fun things to use, and that's what's really fun about that. But back to the rest of the loadout here, you can see that I'm off to a really good start in the kill death column. I'm really tearing it up right here, and it's all thanks to this loadout. This loadout is very effective. It really works well in most situations, and you can clearly see that by the KD that I have so far on this particular match. And it's just overall a very fun loadout to use, and it really will help you win a lot of these team deathmatch type of matches, kill confirmed, and different things like this. Now, if you're playing domination or something like that, it's very good for a Slayer domination role, but not as effective if you're playing the objective because you can get killed by grenades and things like that. So that is something to keep in mind as well. If you're playing domination, make sure that you're the Slayer on your team if you are playing game modes like that. And this is an okay loadout to use in search and rescue, but not so much in search and destroy because of the fact that the streaks don't cater to that type of game mode. So definitely keep that in mind. But that pretty much wraps up this episode of the Arsenal, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys found success with this loadout. And until next time, this has been MazezRealm. I am out.